This is breaking news.
Welcome to Ilastr8 Radio.
Never mind who you thought I was. I'm Rick James, bitch.
The one and only, the original.
Ilastr8 Radio now.
I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass, bending over, popping pistol. I was making that cash. Bring that ass here, boy. Turn it up. Fuck you, man.
What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Once again, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Ilastr8 Radio. I am your host, T. Gray. And you guys already know I got my pretty round brown co-host in the building. Lucky, what's up? What it do, girl?
What's up, baby? Happy Wednesday. You know, it's always a pleasure to see you, especially seeing you in person.
Yeah, it's fun.
So it's good. It's been good. I'm good.
I always see you on purpose, and I always see DJ Stiletto by accident. Never fails. Never fails.
That's because we attracting one another. You know,
I'm all the way out here in Mocha with the people. I ran into her, and I hear this girl saying, "Excuse me, miss. Excuse me." I'm looking around, thinking to myself, "Who these young bitches is calling me
man?"
I look up, and it's Stiletto's black. I said, "Ma'am,
how you doing,
ma'am?"
I got bored.
Yes, but you guys, this Ilastr8 Radio, we are here ready to have a good time, good show. We're gonna get into some shit tonight. Of course, Spit That Ish is coming up. And we got a really, really dope hot take in the second half of the show. But you know, before we get started, we got to take care of this church business. So make sure that you are hitting that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe, you guys. Run these numbers up. And if you miss us here, you can always hop on your Roku, download that 7 on demand. Get us there every Wednesday at 8. We on all streaming platforms, you guys. We on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Find us. Okay. Make sure also, you guys, that you tap in with our DJ. Hopefully she'll be here at the second half, DJ Stiletto. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into my love and
Damar.
So today's loving is love, and you never know what you need. So you guys, I have been doing a whole lot more counseling services. I know you're probably saying to yourself, "Bitch, what you talking about?" So your girl does sex advice. I also do relationship advice. Feel free to hop on my website, sextalkwithtgray.com, and get you some. Okay. Hey, Stiletto.
Good morning.
Afternoon, ma'am. So I have been kind of really diving in, you guys. I was running this promotion, giving people free 20-minute sessions for their consultations, and it's been turned into really great sessions following that. And something that the person said today at the end of our session, I didn't even know that I needed it in that moment because it was so great. It was important to me at the end to always kind of recap, go over what we went through, if I have assigned homework, what have you. But I always want to know what was their takeaway. How did they feel about that hour or what have you? And today the person said that he felt hopeful. And I was like, oh, just on the inside, like it felt so great. I didn't even know that I needed that feeling. I didn't even know that I needed that moment. The word hope is already strong by itself. So to be able to have hope, be able to keep hoping, or you know, the whole keep hope, will I be able to use that word in a way that just speaks to your future? It speaks to your future in a positive way. It speaks to your outlook. It speaks to, you know, your level of positivity. It speaks to your level of positive energy and things that you can put out into the world, not only what you can bring in. It speaks to so many different things. And that word for so many years has been so much to some, because people have hoped to come out of slavery. They've hoped to get in better positions. They've hoped to get new jobs. And so to walk away from that session and for that young man to say, you know, I feel hopeful, You know, when I didn't have a direction before, I feel like you just gave me a direction, and I'm so hopeful about it. And I have this positive outlook. Mind you, he's been in therapy with other people for years. And after one session, this is how you feel. Yo, it made me feel amazing. It made me feel accomplished. It made me feel hopeful. Not only for his next section, but hopeful for where he is when we finish. Hopeful for my clients that I've already helped. That I hope that they're still putting those things that they learned from me into fantastic use. So it just felt good. And I just wanted to say that, though. You never know what you might need. You never know where these small blessings, these verbal validations may come from. But you guys, I am hopeful that I'm going to have many more. And if you want to get in on it, you guys, hey, hit your girl up. But it's definitely a season of change. And that's what we're here for. So, you know, this has been my
bullet. Yo, I was dropping the gems, and it's crazy that you talk about being hopeful and the things that you bring into yourself, attract to yourself, but also the things that you put out. Some very, very good points that, you know, we always bounce off each other too. So, with that being said, can we get into my Lizard? Yeah. I just want to make sure I wasn't muted because I'll be muting myself by accident. So it is just my luck that I have been doing what? Dating myself. And it has been fun. And people always say, like, and dating is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a time where a partner adds to your happiness, is not in control of it. So it's a good perk to date yourself. And there's a couple of things that I like to do when dating myself. Because people are like, oh, how do you date yourself? Because I always say you are what you attract, right? So I want people to treat me the way that I want to be treated. I gotta treat myself that way first. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely make sure I get myself ready. Lady, that includes, like, if I was getting myself ready for a real date with someone else. Okay, I am waxing, I am shaving, I am showering, I am also making sure that I smell good. And I call those my 4 S's, okay? Minus the W, still shaving, waxing, same damn thing. You get what I'm saying? But make sure you smell good, and you know you got everything all soft, and you took a shower. That is the main thing. Please make sure that you're taking a shower. The next thing that I like to do is also clean my space. So making sure that my space is pretty much all the way together and organized keeps my mind with clarity, right? And it makes you feel good too when you coming from and you're cleaning your shit, and your car is clean as well, because don't you feel good and sexy in a clean ass car? And I actually skipped over something. After taking a shower, make sure that you put on something that represents you. Everyone knows that I love color. And I also love dresses. I just love clothes. Okay. So I look good for myself on a regular basis. So you damn sure if I'm going to take myself out on a date, I'm going to look extra good too. So that means you know, it makes you feel special. You want to take more pictures. You're a little bit more sociable. It adds to your confidence. So yeah, after doing that, I make sure that I have a plan. So I've been to concerts by myself. I haven't been to the movies by myself because I just feel like movies, it has to be super entertaining for one, because I'll fall asleep even if I'm with somebody. Okay. Because my attention span be weird. But I've gone to bars by myself. I've traveled by myself. I've taken long road trips by myself, really long ones. I just enjoy my own company as well. So yeah, make sure that you do that. All right. So once you make your plan and you figure out where you're going to go and everything like that, get yourself something nice. Now, I love flowers. Me particularly, I will buy myself flowers. I haven't done that for me in a while. But I do buy myself plants, everybody.
In religion, we call it spirit.
In religion, we call it spirit. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And then it's cool. It's cool. And then also what I like to say is that women, even men, you have the power to breathe life into anything, and yourself especially. So make sure that you also love on yourself. I get up and I tell myself, I show gratitude every single day that I get up. And that's also something that I do at night. But during the day when I get up, I make sure you look good, you feel good. I tell myself how beautiful I am. I tell myself how blessed I am, how grateful I am, how deserving I am, how worthy I am, how strong I am, how showing my weaknesses is strength, and how peace and everything lies within me. So I do that too. And another thing too, like I was just saying about the whole good night thing, along with showing gratitude, I listed 3 things that I was grateful for that day too. So I show gratitude when I wake up. And that kind of leaves me off from the previous day. And then I close out by also showing gratitude for what happened that day too. And it could be something as small as receiving a compliment from someone, noticing that my skin shined a little bit brighter in the sun. It could be simplistic things. It doesn't have to be anything that's overcomplicated, but try to make it more about you than about the people around you. Because we tend to say, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my friends, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful. But try to show more gratitude for yourself. And what these things do is it encourages your self-confidence, it boosts your self-confidence, because again, dating yourself is just such a beneficial factor. And being happy, again, does not rely on someone else. It also allows you to get to know yourself. Okay, figuring out the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the places that you like to go, the things that you may like to see. Because sometimes we tend to lose ourselves in our day-to-day roles, even as parents, as friends, and even dating from someone else, and also healing from that process itself. And it also encourages personal growth because you want better and you want more for yourself, and it improves your relationships with others as well. So these are like really, really benefiting things. It makes you more self-sufficient. Whew, I can't tell you, because you're like, okay, well, I made a reservation, I have a schedule, you're more on time. And it actually prepares you to date other people, okay? And it allows you to know, with getting to know yourself, your standards, the things that you are not willing to compromise on, because you are not compromising with yourself. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be willing to compromise on some things, but make sure you know those things that are just like no-brainers. Like for me, it's cigarettes. Like I know this small. Cigarettes and unhealthy eating habits. Because of the energy that transfers and you are what you eat type thing, if you are an unhealthy eater, we don't eat the same. To me, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I encourage clean eating and staying hydrated. And cigarettes is that's not something I want to smell or be around. My dad is the only exception of that, because he never smells like a cigarette ever, even when he smokes it, which is kind of crazy to me. I don't know how he does it, but I know that the things that he intakes is very healthy, and his skin is amazing. So these are certain things that I'm just not willing to compromise on. And a couple of other things, but just to throw some things out there. So again, get to know yourself, love on yourself more, date yourself, because you are what you attract. And that is it for just my luck, because I felt like I went in and then I'm done. Now I digress. Look, he was like, okay, and all right, okay.
And with that. Okay, so your next task is to go to the movies by yourself, bitch. Go to the movies.
I know, but I'm scared I'm gonna go to sleep. It gotta be something really good that I want to watch, and Woman King is not it. So I don't know what I'm gonna watch. Like,
that's how you feel about my Viola.
I love Viola Davis. I love Viola Davis. Okay. I love Viola.
Stiletto. What's up, Cole?
What is not up is the question. Everything.
That's a fair question. That's a fair question. You good? We missed you.
Missed y'all. Hi.
Everybody forehead shining and popping today.
I know. Look, my forehead shining bright like I've been in fish grease.
Everybody. I'm sorry. I just had to take a second because my forehead for real is extra big. Like,
girl, no, mine is toodle.
I can't do it. All right. I feel like I minimized it just a little. Yeah. Okay.
I love how we so impromptu. Yes. And we put
that was you guys.
Face card never declines, baby. Never. Doesn't matter what you do.
My forehead was feeling too attractive.
I saw T the other day.
I know, we were just talking about that. We were just talking about that. How I run into her on purpose and you run into her by accident all the time. Never
like random. Like it's so random. I was like, that looks like that is.
Yes. So you guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into that spit that ish. Okay, so there is so much happening in the entertainment world, you guys. We want to make sure we keep you up on every single piece of it. First thing, Kanye West wants Yeezy clothing to be free. You guys, Kanye West says his brand is working hard to bring down the price of his clothing. And one day, I don't know when that day will come, but one day he wants it all to be free. He said when it's sold in America, it will be made in America. And when it's sold in China, it will be made in China. So that should definitely take down production costs. Right now, people, when we buying clothes, not only do we pay for it to be made, we're paying for it to be made elsewhere. Although, when you do the math, they can make a pair of shoes for like 6 cents in China. And then when you bring it here, it costs like $20. Kanye, you do the math. If you want it to be free, it's going to be free. I'm not a fan of Kanye West clothes, though. I'm going to just go ahead and say that I could probably get a brown trash bag, cut a couple holes in the arms, and I'd be high fashion walking his runway.
What about his sneakers?
I don't like his slave shoes. You will never see me in them. Now, I'm going to be quite honest. The tennis shoes, some of the tennis shoes I see, they are cute. They do have to be bright. But I still can't see me paying $400 for his sneakers.
Yeah.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm low-key a tennis shoe.
You're a sneakerhead.
Girl. This little. But I'd rather have some personalized shit. I could pay half the price and have a nigga put my whole face on my shoe. But yeah, no, I'm not with it. I'm not. But what do you all think about it, ladies? Maybe you all buy into Kanye West a little bit more than T Gray. Like
I buy into his bars, some of that, but as far as like the shoes and the clothes, no. Because when he brought that T-shirt, I was like a T-shirt that had like 8 holes in it or something, and that T-shirt was like $600, and I was like, yeah, I could definitely make that, and if I really want to get spicy, I'll get a polo shirt and do it. But yeah, no, or go to H&M. I'm good off that because literally H&M definitely replicated part of his line too, and everything was like a 10th, 100th of the cost. So I'm good. I mean, Kanye, kudos to you though, trying to do something and bringing in development and jobs and employment and stuff like that, getting something processed here as well. And I know that this is this is close to free. I'm sure he didn't mean absolutely free, but I'm sure that this is $20 compared to what he usually pays is what is considered free. So if he's getting a shoe made here also for 6 cents and selling it for $20, he's still off the come up. So again, he can decrease the price. Either way, it's a win-win for the buyers and also win-win for the investors and Kanye himself. So I'm not too mad about the facilitation of money. Do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it's $20, I might buy it. You know what I'm saying? But $400, $2,000, nah. So he's also saying that he's going to do the thing with Adidas. Like he still might push through with Adidas because we already know Gap is canceled. So that's a good thing. Hopefully they get to come to some kind of compromise too, because I like Adidas, and you like Adidas too, because I've seen some of your.
I am a Adidas.
Yeah, but like the price gonna be raised to a regular Yeezy price. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to get a slick little Adidas shoe and feel like, okay, I'm not going crazy with this. Like,
yeah, I think Adidas is pretty for the low cost. But go ahead, T. You were saying that you an Adidas lover.
I am. I'm an Adidas fan, like to the core. To the max. To the max. Right now, you think I low-key had a problem because I don't really.
What size shoe you wear?
10. Right. I got big feet.
Yeah, I got big feet too. Go ahead. I'm lucky number 11.
I was a dude. You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Tight things come with big feet.
Yeah, but so I'm with the give the clothes away for free. But let me tell you what I feel like. If you really wanted to give some clothes away, then you would have done it by now. Kanye's a billionaire. It's plenty of people who don't have clothes. We see them on the street every single day. Matter of fact, some of the clothes they wear is just as dirty as the brand new shit that you putting in the stores. So I feel like sometimes when people of a certain stature do and say these things, that it's misguided. Because I feel like if you really wanted to put in this work, if you wanted to put your money where your mouth is, if you wanted to do all these things because you have this vision, then you would be doing it and not talking about it. Kanye is typically a man of action. We see him do dumb shit all the time. We rarely, you know what I mean? The smart shit we hear about later. If you really wanted to make this happen, it's just as easy as the post you was putting up about Pete Davidson. But that's
all right.
So
let's talk about it.
I'm gonna bring one of your points. I'm gonna bring one of your points. This is me just playing devil advocate. So my hands are up. I'm already surrendering. Don't come for me, right? Because the time I remember a moment in time you said you can't tell somebody how to spend their money and how to utilize it and where it's supposed to go. And how they supposed to do it, right? And we can change. Like that's one of my things. We could change. He could change, and he could be learning or figuring how to make it beneficial where he doesn't take a loss. Because okay, I'm a smart man, yeah, but I'm not dumb enough to like just squander my wealth like that. And I'm not saying that that is a dumb thing, and I'm not saying that he hasn't done that. I don't know of him to do it yet, like you said.
But having people go into a store and search for clothes that they're supposed to buy with their hard-earned money out of trash bags. I know you fucking.
So I never seen that. He did that?
Yes. And Gap. That's how he wanted his clothes. That's one of the reasons why they chose to do things
to kind of annul the relationship because the Gap thing is
because of how he wanted to represent his clothes. And not saying that it's not right, but if you're thinking about me as a store manager for a Gap store and people walking in and they have to rummage through trash bags, that's a problem.
Hold on, wait, and I'm gonna tell y'all something about Gap because shout out to Gap. That was my second job. I worked there for a long time, right? Gap is all about presentation and the clarity and the organization of their stores. We had folding trays. We had to set certain shirts and jeans certain types of ways so it can make it easier for the consumer and the customer to find, because they are all about customer service for the consumer. So that would definitely is not working because we would be in there forever. You see the messy sales sections that y'all used to have?
That's how he had it. Like
we would be there forever going organizing.
Like different sizes of his clothes, hoodie, shirts, and trash bags in the middle of the floor.
No.
And you mean to tell me, like you said, Gap is so particular about how things are.
Even when they're doing a messy presentation, it's still clarity.
That's exactly where they clash. Because Kanye done lost his mind.
No, I mean, if that's what he wants, who am I to judge, right? Who am I to judge? That's what you want to do to your brand. Open up a goddamn store and do that for your fucking self. Don't be trying to like do a certain brand got a certain reputation. You know what I'm saying? Do it on your own if that's the case. And then you can have your own creative room for creative, whatever the fuck you want to do. But until then, you can't be trying to mess up. But yeah, I know. Next topic, because Kanye, we done talked about Kanye a little bit too long and he ain't even.
When she picked that up at first, I thought it was a flash. So I'll say, hold on, no, they drove the girl to drink real quick.
That's a big shot. That's fair.
I mean, it is clear. It doesn't mean it's water. You know, I'm joking.
Another hip hop clothing news, you guys. Nelly is taking credit for the success of Nike Air Force One.
No.
You guys already know. Now it's a 20-year anniversary. It's a 20-year anniversary of my jump. I need to burn. That's my shit. For real. That's my shit. This is 20-year anniversary of his song Air Force Ones, and he says the price of Nike sneakers have skyrocketed once he made that song, especially for the Air Force Ones. I'm not going to say he was wrong. And I'm going to say that speaking from, because I just left a sneaker con and I had on my T-Gray Air Force Ones, and I've been wearing Air Force Ones for 20 years because of Nelly. So I'm going to take me out the equation because I'm biased. I'm biased. I feel like when it comes to our culture and when it comes to movement, when it comes to clothing, we are what's moving. And in that era, 20 years ago, when Aaliyah was in Tommy Hilfiger, every chick wanted Tommy Hilfiger. When Puffy had Sean John, every nigga had the baggy jeans of Sean John. When Nelly did the song Air Force Ones, motherfuckers do you ain't never seen in a pair of Nikes ever had on Air Force Ones.
That's not
now. So I am not going to take anything away from what he's saying, because when it comes to us and how we pump our culture, all most rappers have to do, especially if you well known, all you got to do is say the shit in one song. You can name a liquor, and that liquor's going to be in every club by that weekend.
When you ain't drink Cavassier, it's like, no, I'm joking.
It's a handbag. Bitch, it's bitches with Birkins who don't even know how to spell a bit back at Birkin. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
we make it trendy. We make it trendy. Yeah, we make it trendy. We the wave. We the wave.
Yeah, that's who we are. And I don't think that he's wrong for saying that he's partially responsible for the level of success of Air Force Ones. Not in that era, now maybe not in 2022, but definitely 20 years ago. Hell yeah, he was. Hell yeah, it was a movement. It's everybody had to have it. Everybody wanted more than one, and then you had to have one that was different color from this color to match it out.
And a little rag to go with it.
I'm not going to sit here and object totally, because I feel like he did make it popular. But let's just be clear. New York and the Bronx and Air Force Ones was heavy in New York City, Brooklyn, and all of that way before Nelly actually.
Had dunks. They had all of that.
But I'm talking about, it's particularly Air Force Ones. Like the white on white joints was like it's like a staple outfit. Like if you had to put somebody in a New York outfit, it'd be Air Force Ones and Timbs, definitely, and those butters. Definitely in the combination of that. So I would definitely say that he did make it more trendy as far as to us in the South. But when it came to popping in the North, they've been doing that longer than 20 years. Because my first pair of Air Force Ones I had when I was like probably 8, 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm 37. So just to put that in perspective, like, so yeah. But yeah, they did make it popular though. They definitely made it more swaggy, but I felt like that was a transition from New York happening to the South. So shout out to Nelly, because yeah, he definitely lit. But shout out to the Bronx too. Yeah, I know I love New York.
So Denver has approved a $2 million program for the Denver Basic Income Project, which is geared to the homeless. Denver's going to be giving homeless people $12,000 cash in this new pilot program. Up to 140 women, transgender, and non-conforming individuals will receive $1,000 monthly for 12 months. So let me piggyback real quick off what I said about Kanye for just a second. Just a second. Y'all don't be mad, because yes, I'm saying how you feel about it. This is just $2 million. 140 people, $1,000 for 12 months. Kanye's a billionaire who eventually wants his clothes to be free. These same people could get a Kanye outfit. These same homeless people who ain't got nothing to wear.
This is a tax write-off, just FYI. So
it's
we're
paying for him too.
As the taxpayers, no, but the taxpayers, it's a tax write-off technically, but it's not, because of the taxpayers, where the Denver taxpayers are paying for this. I'm just saying, like, that's the logic behind it. It's not a person; it's the whole state is behind that.
I think that
he could do it though. Yeah, he still could do it. Yeah, he could.
Definitely. So this is at the Center for Housing and Homelessness Research. They're going to be monitoring the program, and they're focusing on housing outcomes, the utilization of shelter, and other homeless services, you guys, and improvement in just the physiological health and substance abuse. So they're hoping that as they do this, that it definitely will teach them, show them how to get back on their feet and how to sustain. Now, whether or not I agree, if this will work, I think it really depends on the state of mind of the person. I think that the person has to really want to be better in order to do better when it comes to that. I think so. We saw when everybody got the extra money during the pandemic, and people were getting like all that extra money if they were unemployed or
with no guidance,
or all those loans and stuff like that. Motherfuckers out here showing off.
All the way.
Showing off. And these people who ain't homeless, but just showing off.
But they ain't have no guidance.
I hope that as they get this money, that they are wise with it. I get it. Like, if I had the ability to really take care of some people and help them and guide them in this way, then I would. So, and I say that because I've been in a position before in my life where I didn't have nowhere to live. I wish somebody had said, hey, let's help you. You know what I
But
mean?
the governor, she said something like she thinks this is a bad idea, like it's not going to work. She's against it or something like that. I don't know if it's the government, but somebody spoke out and said they were like against it. And I guess because they're looking at it as, oh, the taxpayers are going to end up, this is going to be a longevity issue or whatever. But there's a lot of homelessness in Denver. A lot. Like, it's sort of like California, and Denver is not even as big as far as population goes. So the fact that it's like that, and substance abuse is a very big thing. Hence why they made marijuana legal, to kind of not to kind of like alleviate the opioid addiction that was happening so heavily down there. So I hope that this program actually really does work, because they're talking about pretty much, if you're not going to be a reforming citizen, pretty much, then you can't really be a part of the program. So part of the program is saying that in order for you to get this every 12 months, you have to go through these certain kind of regimens. And I think it should be something like every 30 days or every 2 weeks, or going to AA meetings and talking to them about financial literacy, getting them out there to, find an occupation or some kind of entrepreneurship program or something like that. So shout out to Denver, because they're actually doing something to take care of the issue at a bigger spectrum. And I hope that the other states also follow suit as well. Yeah.
Indeed. So
He's somebody.
Moon 0822 says, I need to be homeless for that money.
No, it's $1,000, son. That is not.
What would you do?
Give me like a
with
little
the extra $1,000 a month. What would you do, Lucky?
With an extra stack a month, I would buy a vending machine for like $600. Try to put it at the closest local market or carry out, because that's what I'm planning on doing. Or some kind of government building, spike the prices up and get that residual income.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you do, Stiletto?
I don't know.
Look, pay some bills.
Didn't even have time for that even to register at that moment. So I don't know. I don't have a solid answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to step away for just a second.
All right, no problem. I'll take care of the next story. Let me see. What is the next topic really quickly? Because I definitely didn't have it up. And that's how we illustrate on Ilastr8 Radio. So I'm sure T Gray will be back in just a moment. And y'all bear with me while I get the script up. I probably should have had it up. I kind of be knowing stuff by heart, but not all the time. So let's see.
Let's see, Future.
Oh yeah, so Future basically sells off his publishing catalog to what is it called? Influence Media acquired it, and that will include everything from 2004 2020. And when I read this story, I'm not going to hold you. The first thing that popped into my mind was the fact that Future's trying to save his life. And I'm saying this because the way that the music industry is operating, with all of these artists being allegedly assassinated, to me, this is my opinion. This is not the opinions of Ilastr8 Radio or WEMS Radio or Roku TV or no one else. I think that he's trying to save himself. So he pretty much sold it at a number that no one really knows about, and he made sure that it was in the right hands, so he's not really worried about it. But I really think that he's trying to save himself. Hopefully the music that he makes looking forward is good. I'm not saying, honestly, I'm a semi-Future fan, but I'm not like a future fan like some people are, because I don't really think his music is that great. So the fact that he was able to sell it, get a profit off of it, because I don't think his music to me has any real longevity, as far as like, 20 years I'm gonna be playing Mask Off. I'm not gonna be playing that like, some of these songs are lasting. So shout out to you for getting out of that and saving your life as well, because Lord knows your insurance policy is probably not going to be that much since your catalog is sold. And that was kind of like a smart move. And to sell it for an undisclosed amount, that was really, really good too as well. So now let's get into the story that I feel as though is toxic, when things are toxic and trendy. Toxic and trendy meaning that, oh, okay, so you're back. So maybe you want to chime in about Future, him selling his catalog at an undisclosed number, everything from 2004 to 2020. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I was just saying I'm not really a Future fan. So like, yeah, him selling it, actually, I feel like he's trying to, you're muted, baby. You're still muted.
I think as long as Future came up, then congratulations to Future.
Yeah, that's what I said too. See, we on the
like, I can't even really, like, I listen to Future, but I don't listen.
Listen,
You said the same thing.
That's what I said.
On the radio, I know the hook. But
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm not gonna
I
be
don't
bumping
think
it 20
Future
years
really
from now.
has anything to really worry about. I think he did well with his career, and he's only sold the catalog up until this point. That means he could still continue to make music.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. So I think so many people lose sight of the fact that there's not a lot of ownership in that business. You got to fight to own. You got to fight to this. You got to fight to that. And I would hate to ever be in a position where I have to fight to buy my voice.
Facts.
So to even be in his position to sell it, or
That's what I said.
open it at any point to be able to sell it, he did all right. Yeah, he did all right. Plus, he got a lot of kids.
Yeah, he did. Definitely did.
Something. Sitting in the cannon in a race.
Yeah, I don't know. So
let me keep going.
I just if you want me to, I can. You know what I'm saying?
No, I want to. And so we had so many things and spit that ish today, you guys. But I see, look, we've been over here fucking around with this time like we don't have nothing to stick to. We do. Side note, my daughter fell off the bed, bitch. Online. I don't know if y'all heard that.
I did not. Is she okay?
It's fine. She stayed sleeping. I don't know what you were dreaming about that you end up on the floor.
It sounded like she had NyQuil, like the people in the toxic trendy shit. Like she's sleeping real good. Because it's a toxic trendy thing.
Sound. We just saw your face. Your face looking so.
Yeah, because it sounded so like.
I will be right back.
Like
you was
like,
what just happened?
Yeah, it's her on the floor, still in her blanket. Yes, but you guys, because of our time, we should go ahead and hop into our hot take.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. Hot take.
So, you guys, this is great news. HBCUs are building a new prison to college pipeline. And I had to get that right because we have so many school to prison and it's from prison, making sure that you get into college. They're making a new pipeline. HBCUs are taking on this task to ensure that we get into school, that we get educated, that we have opportunities, and that some of these dreams are not deferred. And some of these people who never even knew that there was a possibility of a dream, that now it is attainable, now it is achievable. I think this is fantastic. Fantastic. Go ahead, Lucky. I know you want to say something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'm just not mad.
So many people have fallen victim to the school to prison pipeline, which was legally put in place by the Clintons, and has been invested in, has been poured into. And I feel as if now here's an opportunity for people to say, you know what, we're going to pour into the opposite. We're going to pour into making sure your prisons don't stay full. We're going to pour into keeping them beds empty. And not only that, but we're going to make sure that these colleges stay full, that these people get educated, and that there's a way, that there's hope, you guys, for them. And it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of long overdue salute to the HBCUs for doing it, because these PWIs are not. But salute to them for taking on this task and for recognizing and seeing and that we're worth more out the bars than we are behind them.
Yeah, for sure.
So there was a remarkable story behind it with the HBCUs. There was a young man who was pretty much, I forgot his name, who was pretty much facing 20 years, 2-time, 3-time felon, and now he has a PhD. and he has a whole staffing of students. So a seed was planted into him. Shout out to his mentor. Shout out to him. A seed was planted within him, and now he's able to plant other seeds and be a part of this program as well, and something that's so beautiful. Because to me, that is legacy right there. And hopefully this also trickles down to the PWIs and it trickles down as well to the schools. Instead of having so many police officers, we can have more guidance counselors or more mentors as well, because the fact that a school population could be of 600 and there are only 3 guidance counselors, that really means that they're only getting 1% of that person. That's not really any kind of guidance. It's sort of like, we're just going to shoo you along. But if we have people at the beginning, at the root of the issue versus trying to restore a dead plant while it's still trying to grow and restore that, we can actually start it from the root. So shout out to the HBCUs. I think what they're doing is a beautiful thing. And hopefully, again, it trickles down into something else that can broaden the spectrum for us, because this is going to close the loop on so many different things. It's very hard. Opportunities are very hard. Shout out to Tony Lewis too, because he also has a reform program as well. Too, from coming from prison and getting reformed and reacclimated back into the system. And I think, again, this is just a dope ass program. And shout out to that young man. I really want to get his name.
I believe you're talking about the guy that you put in the article, that you sent the article about.
In the article about, yeah.
His name is Stephen Andresi, I believe.
Yeah.
Stanley Andresi.
Yes, yeah. You said what?
Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley. Yeah. So the fact that it's a 47% of people return to reincarceration, the system, the gap that's between education to prison, education to prison scale, the fact that they make up such a large population of the prison system is astonishing to me. So this program hopefully cuts that back. Also doesn't get people Tony used the word. What was the word? Oh my gosh. Now I can't remember it. Damn, I want to remember the name of it. But anyway, like he was saying, it pretty much just closes the loop and not forcing people to actually go back and be reincarcerated all over again. So yeah, this is fire. I'm very usually it takes a lot to kind of make me not really super proud, but this made me super proud to see this. And because we all have or know someone who was succumbed to the prison system even at a young age in high school, you know what I'm saying? So this is a dope ass program. What are your thoughts, Mimi? Fix your face. Arm to your face. Your face just make up, sir. Blood clots, man. You mad? What happened? Like shit. Dang, damn.
No,
I just want to come to the screen and give you a kiss.
Letting all of the, everything flow, being down around a lot of kids, and I work with young adults. That's amazing because it's so many of them that do have a story to tell. And it's like, always trying to push the positivity aspect of things, because I do think that they get discouraged and they think like when certain stuff happens and certain mistakes are made, that they don't have the opportunity to flip things around for the better, and that they don't have a prosperous, bright future ahead of them. And, it does take us as adults who have been through some things to really push that into them so that they do, because there's not enough people out here at this point that are really keeping them encouraged and keeping that positive bug in their ear and to keep, pushing them for the better. Yeah. So,
well, that's
kudos to Stanley.
Kudos to Stanley, yes, for not allowing your past to define you. I tell people that all the time. Like, your history does not have to be your story. You know what I'm saying? That's your past, it's not your future. So go ahead and keep building brick by brick, taking your time and making sure that you're just loving and believing in yourself wholeheartedly, because that shit is so vital and important. And not allowing anyone to dictate your story, because so many people counted him out. And he counted himself right the fuck back in, like, yeah, excuse me? I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, bing, that's all I got.
Okay.
loving you. And your face. Look at them lashes and those lips. Yes, a whole movement. I'm about to lock my head just so I can be like locks, lips, and lashes.
As you should. As you should. So, as for it as I am. For it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a little piece of you that wants to know what Stanley did. It's not a little piece. It's not a little piece to be like,
I'm like, you a two-time felon?
You was facing what?
20 years. My man,
it's not a little piece to be like, what did you do?
Yeah, it seemed like it was like like I said, two-time felon. But to be honest, just let's think about it. We as us, we could just be having a little bit of tray 5. It's people who literally are in jail for 20 years for a tray 5. To this day. I mean, they're trying to get rid of that now. They're trying to release people now for those types of charges. But just think about that, like for something so minuscule. So if you're a two-time felon, you're under he was 21 being facing. So if he's two-time felon, that means he did it before he was 21, right? And that means that and then he did it again. So they count, they was already like, oh, once, twice, you're gone, we're good. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much, that's what it was. Like they definitely counted him out. So it could be some short shit
on the show, you guys. He's a professor at Howard. We should bring him.
Yes, it has a whole team and staff. I mean, whole 20 students or something underneath them.
Hear his story, his journey.
It's very inspirational, to say the least.
You never know.
What was that? Did somebody fall? Did somebody pass the gas?
No, that was my foot on the box. Oh my God.
I saw you put pottery in it.
That was my foot on the box.
I'm joking.
Sorry, y'all. Oh my God.
I was like, ain't nobody falling.
I didn't realize until like everybody paused and like.
Let me say, I know, P, because ain't nobody moved, like, because it was like everything was still. And then said, you're like, hold on, wait. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to do something like that where they on air, you guys, just to keep you guys woke up.
Our feet. So, Stiletta, you ready for a mix or no?
Yes, but I gotta turn my.
No, just prep for it. I ain't closing out the show. I'm just saying.
I will have to turn my lights down. That's how I want to start talking.
You gotta turn your lights down to play the music.
Yeah, because it has to plug up a certain way. So, I don't have my.
Turn your lights down low.
I don't have my connecting piece right now.
Take it nice and slow.
Understandable.
My vision is to keep your mind. It's like,
no, go ahead.
I don't wanna lose. Say no, I'm joking. Go ahead. I can't say. No, not yet, PD. We gotta say what we gotta say with T Gray got going on, because I want to give a special shout out to T Gray. I didn't have a chance to actually see her fully perform on a stage yet. I actually have. No, that's a lie. I have seen you perform stage.
Technically, you haven't seen me perform on a stage.
Yeah, I haven't. I got the chance to host. That's what I'm saying.
That don't count.
I know, no, but what I'm saying, let me finish, because I was actually talking about not on the stage. I was talking about the time where I saw you do it at the club over there.
That don't count.
But we're not counting that. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is, it was still beautiful to see like you in your element, or even partially in your element, interacting with the crowd. Because hosting was not just outside the show. That's a new path for you. At least that's what you stated, if I'm not mistaken. But I couldn't tell. Like you flowed, everything was like beautiful. And even though the audience was being a little bit dry, because you had some dry folks in there, just a little tad bit, you still pulled out a lot of their energy, and it was magical to see. So I'm glad I skipped the show. Yeah, Tony, now you know that's why I wasn't on air, because I skipped out. Yeah, you said what?
You was cute.
Oh, thank you. And I put that together in my head.
And I thank you, but I'm gonna be quite honest. Like my energy when I perform,
it's on the totally 1,000. It's probably on the million.
It's totally different. Like I wish any one of y'all had just pulled up to Baltimore just the weekend before, because all 5 of them shows it was
lit.
Fucking bananas.
I'm not missing. Okay. All right.
So me hosting though, for real, as a comedian, me hosting is super new. Like I literally have, as a comedian, only maybe hosted once or twice. So that's really, it's a lane that I'm learning, and it takes some time to kind of really get it in a fair mix, you know what I mean? And it was really, really different. Although I had fun though, you guys, for the DC Comedy Festival. I got to host one of their shows, which is something I've always wanted to be a part of on that side of the mic. I've always been behind the scenes, covering the events actually. So it was good. It was good. And it was like the crowd was like so super mixed. It was batshit crazy because half people was having a goddamn family reunion. You had Pop in there and everybody.
Yeah, grandma, yeah.
You got the mix of young white folks, young urbanites, you know what I mean? It's like, like this shit don't go together.
Not the urbanites.
That's the word I'm using today.
The urbanites. No, you gotta put that on the hold on, wait. You gotta make sure you put that in on the next joke. Be like, yeah, the urbanites.
That's really what it was. It's like, how do you entertain this wide range and still,
you know, and keep everybody interactive too. You did that, yeah, though. You definitely did that.
As a host, it was a challenge, but I need that and I appreciate it.
And you mastered it. You served it. You did great. I'm so proud of you.
And so let me tell you what was the best part of that show. At the end of the show, you know, like we're, hey, thank you for coming, woo, doing all of that. So I went into Pop. So you guys, it was a nigga there like 80. He's one of the comedian's granddads. I was fucking with him the whole show. Didn't know how much he loved it until I was finished. And so I went up to him because I had to say hello. You know, he'd been my husband the whole time. So I said hello, and I went, just how you doing? And he grabbed my hand. He grabbed my hand so tight and pulled me. And I'm a big bitch, a little bit. And Katie, this is a little frail man in a wheelchair. I said, oh shit, okay. He said, you are a showman. And yes. When I knew that, I was like, thank you so much. Everything in me was like warm and tingling. I was like, thank you so much. He was like, I just want to tell you that you are a showman. He said, I was entertained. And I felt fantastic about just everything because it really was such a like last minute, don't know what to do. Let me figure this shit out as I go. And that moment for him to say that and to really like take it in. Yeah. Good. It was good. I even had more jokes that I didn't even get to. Because I was just so a clusterfuck up here.
Sorry, Tony.
But he appreciated it. He appreciated it.
Sorry, Tony. We didn't get to cover the story. My bad.
Talk about the NyQuil chicken topic before Stiletto do her mix. I'm trying to let's see what happened with the NyQuil and the chicken. They killing people. What they doing? NyQuil. Y'all know what NyQuil is. Half y'all give it to y'all kids to make them go to sleep. The other half of y'all take it for real. It's for cold and flu, of course. Let's see. There's a new trend calling for NyQuil to be used in cooking chicken. FDA sent out a warning. Don't do it. Listen, I'm not racially biased. However,
this is some.
Anytime there is something elusive when it comes to chicken and or any other food, you guys already know who's doing the shit. You know who's drinking the goddamn bleach. You know who's not washing the chicken. You already know. You know who's putting NyQuil on the chicken. I don't have to tell you that. What I would say is, as an urban show, we should not be discussing people putting NyQuil on chicken because we already know better. We already know better. We already know better. We don't have to have a rocket scientist to know that the FDA will probably say, hey, don't do this shit. We don't. But there's a social media video. Of course, there's a challenge that's going around that's encouraging people to do this. Why? I don't know. What happened to our regular old drug addicts who's just sipping on some scissor? We ain't never put no scissor on no chicken. We never seen us put our good cold medicines on shit. Now,
First of all, we're
That's
not
the real
chemists.
NyQuil. That's not even the generic kind.
No,
That's
that like first of
kind.
that's the expensive kind, and we're not chemists, and that shit is gonna kill you. All of that toxic ass shit. First of all, just having a little bit of dose of that to knock you out is a problem. So just imagine putting a whole bottle of NyQuil on some chicken and baking that. The vapors alone are going to kill you, along with you eating it and burning chemicals that's not even supposed to be burned and digested like that. First of all, it's not even good for you in the first place. But I digress on that.
In the first place.
I'm gonna need for TikTok and all of these different things because this is what they're making trendy, and this is a toxic trend. This is not something that we should follow. Just like with the goddamn crate shit, people breaking and hurting bodily harm, along with a couple of other trending things. We got so much other shit to worry about that we can make trendy. Why the fuck?
And you know what? Interesting. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let me
you good.
Was interesting for a hot second because there's so much talk about what's allowed on TikTok and who is in charge of what.
And we're not allowed to post that shit.
Okay. So when it comes to TikTok, and everybody's like, well, the people in China have the say so on what's trending at the time and what's in the algorithm, and they control what you watch. It's one thing for people to control what's released. It's another thing for the motherfucker who made the video in the first place. That part. If I have control over what you see and I make this your trend and I make this what you see all the time,
block their fucking account. Shit.
The video didn't have to be made. Who's the dumbass that did it in the first place? Who's the original audio on
Let's
this
get
shit?
to the root
Because
of
this
the
bitch,
problem. It's like, nah.
and whoever else, who was putting the chicken in the soapy water in the sea? I can't.
I'm not getting any sound on my mixer, and I'm not sure why.
No, we good because we
wanted to wait like another 5 or 10 minutes for me to figure out the problem.
Out.
We might just cut the mix until next week.
I
might just cut it till next week and then just start off the show next week and then do my mix then. I'm not sure. I think I might have just rushed connecting stuff. I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's cool because it's Ilastr8 Radio and we do what the fuck we want to do on here. So you ain't got to mix. It's all good. Love, your presence was very much needed and necessary, and we're glad that you came on the show regardless. So the mix can't go on until next week, and we're good. So T, what you got going on? Please tell me that you got something going on that I can come to. Because I'm gonna be
nothing yet, but the drug addict in me wants to know what I can boil in this kitchen to make it stronger. Now that you mentioned it, it's like not going on my chicken though. Okay, I'll take my chicken straight up. So right now, like I know I have a show in October, but between now and October, y'all just gotta go on my page and see what your girl's doing. That show is October 27th.
Okay.
I don't want to lie to nobody.
Well, when you get the info for the show, can you send it to us? Can you
yes, every time I have something going on, I do try my best to
send it to us in the group chat, and then I am going to make sure I put it on my calendar, and I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to buy my ticket because I want to actually see you live. I want to say I seen you live on the stage, because what I saw didn't count or whatever.
And let me tell you what's so crazy about it not counting. It's not like you got to pay for nothing. Like, bitch, all you got to do is get there. And you might not even have to do that if you say, T, I need a ride. Just come. Bitch, I got your
hold on, wait. You pick me up because you know my brakes in the bag. Like, no, I'm going to get my brakes fixed tomorrow morning. Thanks you for saying that out loud, Keisha.
But I'm going to come. I'm going to give me some wings. I'm going to give me 2 drinks, and I'm going to ride.
As you should. Because sometimes in that green room, it be a rack of motherfuckers ain't told one joke. But they there.
Yeah, facts. Really quickly, shout out to Light Work Nikki. She got a special tip top secret event going on this weekend, this Saturday, and it's the after hours, the before hours, and the post hours, because this event is from 10 to 5 a.m. Okay, if you need more details, make sure you check out Light Work Nikki on Instagram. She also has tickets. She's providing transportation. Me and T will be hosting. This is gonna be like after my mother's 60th party. So I still have to have all the energy in the world to throw some money on, you know what I'm saying, and to mix and mingle with the people and partake in some of the festivities. She's going to have entertainment, adult entertainment, live entertainment. It's 420 friendly, so you already know what that means. And guess what? It is not too far. It's at a good location. Hit her in her DM for all that exact information and all that other good shit. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm trying to get some of these treats and shit that I keep seeing in the group chat.
Some ass shaking. That's
yeah, and we're gonna do that together. This is gonna be our first time. Oh yeah, I can't wait. You coming, Stiletto? 10 to 5 a.m. It's all night, and it's in your neck of the woods. That's all I'm gonna say. It's in your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, send me address. I'll be there.
We in there like swimwear. Okay, that's it. That's all I got going on. Oh, I'm doing my new episode tonight at 1:11 a.m. And the topic is pretty much, it's just like fight or flight. Are you going to fight if your friends get jumped at the club, or are you going to roll out on them? It's a little story time behind that. I didn't get beat up, y'all. These are self-inflicted.
That was my next question. Like, what happened?
Yeah, I ain't get into no fight. I ain't beat nobody up, and I didn't get beat up. Okay, it's somebody else's story. All right. So yeah, other than that, that's all I got. Stiletto, you've been booked and busy because you couldn't do my mother party or whatever. So
yeah, I'm actually gonna be in. I have a gig in Pittsburgh. My first time in Pittsburgh, so I'll be
that's
gone
lit.
and I'm coming back. But just keep me and my family in your prayers, and we just gonna rock out. I think I might take a break October just to rebrand, get things back rolling.
Yeah.
I am working 2 jobs, and I still am a full-time mother, so I just need a second. So
God not give you nothing where it
but shout out Captain Morgan Rum. I did do a big party for them on the boat on Sunday. It was amazing. Shout out DJ Honey. Shout out DJ L Stacks. Yeah, Captain Morgan Rum sponsored it, and they kept the run rolling.
Yeah.
And, they gave me the mic, and they gave me my setup, and we were on the boat for about 2 hours rocking out. So shout out everybody that came through, Pinky Killer Corn, Dallas the Body, everybody that showed.
That's good. That sounds like a lit show. Shout out to Pinky.
So yes, that was great.
And, when I went to St. Croix, I went to their manufacturing place. Like, I enjoyed myself.
I was drinking. I drank like one time. Just boop, 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 boop. It was lit.
One time for that one time.
It was good.
All right, so we up out of here, y'all.
Deuce. Hold on, wait. Peace. This is peace, not separation. Peace.
That's also something else.
Hold on, wait. That's also my favorite 2 fingers.
No.
Ding 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 ding. All right, y'all.
We could have ended this way better and not nasty. Well, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Catch us right here next week at 9 p.m. on WEMS Radio, also on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. And if you missed this episode, if you just want to get these gems, go ahead on your Roku, download your 7 On Demand app, you guys, and catch us there on Wednesdays at 8. I am T Gray. That is Lucky. Debbie Stiletto.
And we love y'all. Bye.
Night.
I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass, bending over, popping pussy. I was making that cat bring.